You say you love staying at home, but what if it's not comfort you're protecting? It's something you don't want to face. Stay with me because this goes deeper than preference. At first, it feels harmless. You cancel plans, you choose your couch over crowded rooms, you tell yourself, I just recharge better alone. And sometimes that's absolutely true. But here's what most people don't realize. The desire to stay home isn't just about liking peace. It's often a psychological pattern shaped by how you experience the outside world. For some people, home is safety, not just physically, emotionally. When you're at home, there's no judgment, no unexpected conversations, no pressure to perform, impress, or explain yourself. And your brain remembers that. Every time you avoid a stressful social situation, your brain rewards you with relief. That relief feels good, almost addictive, so you repeat the behavior. This is called negative reinforcement, and it quietly rewires your habits. You're not just choosing home, you're training yourself to avoid discomfort. And this is where everything starts to shift, because over time, the outside world begins to feel heavier than it actually is. Simple interactions start to feel exhausting before they even happen. You think you're protecting your energy, but in reality, your tolerance for stimulation is shrinking. Now here's the deeper layer. People who love staying at home often have rich internal worlds. You think deeply, you observe, you replay conversations, you imagine scenarios. Your mind is not empty, it's active, and being alone gives you space to explore it. But there's a catch. The more time you spend inside your head, the easier it becomes to overthink everything outside of it. So when an invitation comes, it's not just, do I want to go? It becomes, what if it's awkward? What if I don't fit in? What if I regret going? And suddenly, staying home feels like the smarter decision. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not always choosing peace. Sometimes you're choosing predictability over growth. And your brain loves predictability. It's efficient, it's safe, it requires less energy. But growth? Growth is messy, it's uncertain, it's uncomfortable. So your brain quietly pushes you back toward what's familiar, your home. Now don't misunderstand this. Loving your own space is not a flaw. Being introverted is not a weakness. In fact, people who enjoy solitude often have higher emotional awareness and stronger self-reflection. But the problem begins when home becomes your only emotional comfort zone, because comfort zones don't just protect you, they also limit you. And here's something important. The longer you stay inside that zone, the harder it becomes to step out of it. Not because you can't, but because your brain convinces you that you shouldn't. So what's the shift? It's not about forcing yourself to become someone you're not. It's about questioning your patterns. Next time you choose to stay home, pause for a second. Ask yourself, am I resting or am I avoiding? That one question can change everything because awareness breaks automatic behavior. And small changes matter. You don't need to suddenly become social every weekend. Just start with small exposures, short outings, low-pressure environments, moments that stretch you just a little, because your brain adapts to what you repeatedly do. If you only practice staying in, you'll become very good at avoiding life. But if you slowly practice stepping out, you rebuild your confidence, and this is where everything changes. You stop seeing the outside world as something draining and start seeing it as something you can handle. If this made you reflect, take a second to like the video, drop a comment telling me, do you recharge or do you avoid, and subscribe for more psychology that actually hits real life. Because in the end, it's not about loving your home, it's about making sure your world doesn't quietly shrink around it.